Welcome to Yoga with Yana. Today we're going to do a slightly more dynamic version of the sun salutations. So let's start in child's pose and use the first minute or so to arrive on the mat. Become aware of your breath. And start to deepen each inhale and each exhale. Start to prepare yourself mentally for the next 20 minutes. Slowly walk your hands towards your body and find your downward facing dog. Start to walk your dog on the spot, gently warming up the hamstrings, no forcing anywhere. Come onto your tippy toes to find extra length and then bring the heels in the direction of the mat. Find your still downward facing dog and breathe. Come onto your tippy toes, bend your knees gently and bring your torso to your thighs for a turbo dog. So belly is to thighs, then roll over into plank and smile. Bend the knees and come into turbo dog and back into plank, creating this wave-like motion from turbo dog to plank, turbo dog, downward dog, moving like a wave. Warming up the whole body. Then find your still downward facing dog for a few seconds. Look in between your hands and start to walk your feet to the top of the mat. Find opposite elbows and come into ragdoll, moving gently from side to side, your torso and your head. Head is relaxed, neck is relaxed. You're releasing all tension, then start to shake your head backwards and forwards together with the forearms. And then again from side to side. Then keeping the knees bent, bring your hands to your waist and rise up to standing. Inhale the arms over your head and hands come to heart center. Close your eyes and set your intention for this practice. Open your eyes, roll the hands over and take a wide stance, as wide as your mat with your feet. Inhale the arms up over your head. Exhale, bring the hands to your waist, bend the knees, extend the arms along the ears, place the hands down and step back into your plank. Drop the knees, the chest and the chin to the mat and inhale to come into your baby cobra. Pressing with the tops of the feet and the thighs and the lower belly. Then move back into your downward facing dog. Walk your feet to the top of the mat. Bend the knees, extend the arms, keep the spine long and come up to standing. Inhale the arms up over your head, hands come to heart center. And inhale the arms up over your head again. Exhale to bend forward, keeping the knees bent. Step back into plank. And we're coming again, knees, chest and chin on the mat. Rolling up into your baby cobra. and finding your downward facing dog. Stay here for a few breaths. When you're ready, walk your feet to the top of the mat. Spine long, knees bend, and then come to rising. Inhale the arms up over your head, hands come to heart center. Take again a wider stance. Inhale the arms up, exhale to bend forward, and this time come onto your tippy toes, keeping the spine long. Step back into plank, drop the knees, and this time you're going to lower the torso down and coming into your dynamic cobra, moving 3 times up and down with the arms extended alongside the mat. Then tucking the toes and finding our downward facing dog. And inhale the right leg up into a 3-legged dog. Come onto your tippy toes to find extra length. Then we're going to bring the knee into the chest and step the foot in between the hands. And we're going to rise up into high lunge. Look up towards your hands and find your balance. Knee is stacked over the ankle. Make cactus shape with your arms and frame the front foot. Step back into plank. Drop the knees, lower the whole torso down with control and come into your dynamic cobra with the arms wide. Gonna tuck the toes and come into your downward facing dog. This time I'm gonna inhale the left leg up. Come onto your tippy toes, find extra length. Bring the knee into the chest and step the foot in between the hands and rise up for your high lunge on the other side. Arms are straight, elbows are straight, and you try to look up towards your hands or straight ahead of you if you have problems with your neck. I'm going to bend the arms into cactus shape and frame the front foot. I'm going to step back into plank, drop the knees, lower the torso down with control and find your dynamic cobra 3 times. Then you're going to tuck the toes and come into your downward facing dog. Now bend your knees, look in between your hands and prepare to jump in your feet in between your hands. Bring your feet wide, come into your flat back on your tippy toes and stand up with hands overhead. It was the first round. Now things are getting more dynamic. Inhale the arms up over your head. Bend the knees, extend the arms, keep the spine long. Come onto your tippy toes. Place the hands on your mat. Step back into your plank. Drop the knees and lower your torso down. Find your dynamic cobra. 1, 2, 3. Tuck the toes and find your downward facing dog. You're going to inhale the right leg up, bend the knee, stack the hips and open the right hip on top of left one. Then we're going to flip the foot on the floor behind us and come into our wild thing. Come back into your plank, drop the knees, then lower the torso down and find your dynamic cobra. We're going to tuck the toes and come into downward facing dog. We're going to inhale the left leg up. Going to bend the knee, stack the hips, open the left hip, bring the foot as close as you can to your bottom, and flip your dog on the other side for a wild thing or flip dog. A gentle back bend. Roll over to plank. Drop the knees and lower your torso down. Find your dynamic cobra 3 times. Tuck your toes and find your downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look in between your hands and prepare to jump your feet in between your hands to the top of the mat. Come to a wider stance, find your flat back with extended arms on your tippy toes. Bring your hands to your waist, then hands come over your head and to your heart center in a prayer position. Inhale the arms up over your head for the next round. Fold forward, find your straight back on your tippy toes. Place your hands on the mat and step back into plank. Lower the knees and come all the way down. Find your dynamic cobra. Tuck the toes when you're ready. And find your downward facing dog. Gonna inhale the right leg up. And you're gonna step the right leg in between the hands. Adjust your feet for a wider warrior 2 stance. With the front heel aligned with the arch of the back foot and open the arms. Find your center and sink low. Front knee stacked over your ankle to prevent knee injury. You're a strong warrior looking at your right middle finger. Now reverse the front hand and come into reverse warrior. Nothing changes in the legs, just the arm comes overhead. Then you're going to bring the right forearm onto your right knee and extend the left arm over your head, running parallel to your left ear for extended side angle pose, creating one long line. If you want to bring it one step further, bring the right hand on the inner side of the right foot on the mat. Then bring both hands on the inner side of the right foot, release the left knee on the floor and find your lizard pose, keeping the spine long. You can roll over on the edge of your right foot to get deeper into that right hip. And if you want to go even deeper, you can come down onto your forearms. Come up onto your hands if you were on your forearms. Bring the foot into the center and extend the right leg for half splits. And try to fold forward over your right foot as much as you can, keeping the toes flexed, pointing towards your head. Then sit down on your bottom and roll your right foot across your left foot across your right knee for a twist. And inhale the right arm up to grab hold of our left knee, and the left hand is coming behind us. We're looking behind us over our left shoulder. Feet are active, toes are flexed. Come back from your twist. Bring the hands behind you and find your reverse tabletop position, lifting everything up. We're going to extend the right leg up and cross it over our left knee. Then we're going to sit down and find our seated pigeon pose to get into those hips, and then we're going to pose, bringing the torso closer to our legs. you're in control of how deep you want to go. Then we're going to release. Place your hands behind your knees and rock and roll a couple of times backwards and forwards on your mat, massaging the whole spine. Cross your knees, roll over your ankles and jump back into plank. And find your downward facing dog. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. Left leg goes up and then step it in between the hands. Adjust your widest stance for warrior 2. Left heel is in line with the arch of the right foot. You're a strong warrior looking at your left middle finger, trying to sink deep into that left hip. And your knee should be stacked over your ankle to avoid any injury. Breathe, and with each exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Flip your palm and reverse your warrior. Nothing changes in your feet. Only your left arm goes over your head. Then we're going to come into side ankle pose, bringing the left forearm on our left knee, the right arm extends, and we're forming one long line from our right foot to our right middle fingers. If you want to go deeper, bring the left hand all the way down on the inner side of the foot, and bring both hands on the inside of your left foot. And find your lizard pose on the other side, and you can roll over on the edge of the left foot. And if you came on your forearms on the other side, come onto your forearms on this side too. Release the pose, come back onto your arms. Bring the left foot to center, straighten the left foot, point the toes, and fold your body with a straight back as much as possible over the left foot for semi-splits. Sit down and bring your right leg over your left knee. Inhale the right arm behind you, and left hand is holding the right knee for a twist. We're looking over our right shoulder. Legs are active and the foot is flexed. Come out of your twist, bring the hands behind you, and prepare to come into reverse tabletop position. You can release the head back or keep the chin tucked, up to you. Going to lift the left leg, then cross it over our right knee, and we're going to sit down to find our seated pigeon. I'm going to pause here, bringing the torso closer to our left knee, going deeper into the hip. And I'm going to release and bring the left foot on the inner side of our thigh. Going to inhale the arms up, adjust the torso and fold over our right leg. You can bring your hands to your knee, to your ankle, or to your foot, wherever the body allows you to keep a straight back for Janu Shirshasana. Bringing the head to your knee. Then we're going to bring the left arm behind us and come into dynamic Janu Shirshasana, or baby wild thing. And then we're going to fold over our foot again. Left arm behind us, right sweeps overhead, extending the leg. The right leg and the left knee is our support. I'm going to do that 3 times. Then bring the feet together, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side, bringing the right foot into the inner side of the left thigh. Gonna inhale the arms up overhead, turn our torso slightly to the left to fold over our leg. Again, place your hands where it's accessible today, on your knee, on your ankle, on your foot, and fold forward as much as your spine allows you. Gonna bring the right hand behind us and the left one sweeping up for a mini wild thing on the other side. Do it 3 times in your own time. Then release, bring both feet on the mat, long along the mat, shake them out. And then sit up and lower your body down with control on the mat. Bring your feet closer to your bottom so your hands can touch your heels, and prepare to take your bridge pose. We're going to lift the bottom, the lower back, the middle back, the upper back, everything up until we're resting on our shoulders. And we're going to release everything down. And this time I'm going to lift everything up, and I'm going to interlace the fingers underneath us, bringing the shoulders together, going for a deeper variation of bridge pose, working the muscles of the back. And release. Hug your knees into your chest and rock from side to side to release any tension that there might be in the lower back. Release the feet on the floor, and when you're ready, do your inversion. I'm choosing today Viparita Karani, legs up the wall, and since I don't have a wall, I just extend my legs up to drain any tiredness that might have been collected in my feet. Then when you're ready, hug your knees into your chest and release one foot and then the other on the mat, extending the legs, bringing the hands either side for Shavasana. Thank you.